Hello there, this is Dave Allen for Good and Geeky, and today we're looking at Affinity Designer. And what I've got here so far is I've got some text on the screen here where it says fill up here, and I'm going to do something with this. I'm going to make it so that the pattern I've got in the background is going to fill up the text instead. The background basically is a whole lot of vector stuff there, and you can see in this group over here I've got groups of things, and we've got stars, ellipses, and these are all sort of things that have just gone into making up this bit of a background. Okay, and it's all vector, so what we want to do is we'll have a vector design as a background inside this text. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to our rectangle tool here, and I'm just going to start over here with a rectangle, and at the moment it's got no colour in it. Let's bring it up, so it's got a yellow colour in there now, and I'm going to just make it so that it fills the screen. So let's go into the move tool, let's put this on here, let's bring this down, and I'm going to fill the whole of the screen up with that. Okay, so that's that done. The whole of the screen is filled up with this rectangle. So in the layers panel I've got the rectangle and I've got the text selected, and I'm going to click on this subtract. And it didn't do what I wanted. Command Z. Okay, let's try that again. But this time what I'll do is I will put the text on top. That may make a difference. Let's get that put on top there. Okay, so I've got the text rectangle underneath, and this time I'm going to use the subtract. I'm subtracting the shape of the text from the rectangle. Now this is one object, so the rectangle actually includes the text there, and I can prove that. Let's go to the stroke, and I will add a stroke to it, and we've got a black stroke going around it, and you see the black stroke, it goes around the outside of the rectangle, and it's also the same stroke that's going around these letters here. Different sort of caps on there, different sort of shapes of alignments, whether it's on the outside or whether it's on the inside. So now it's all on the inside, so it's okay. I mean, I'm losing some of the pattern with inside this text here, but that's all right. That might be what you want. Okay, so that's not a bad looking way of doing it. You've got the design sitting there inside this set of letters, and you've got all your background there, and everything's working fine. That's one way of doing it, okay? Now another possibility would be to go to this one here, and go to this here, and mask to below. Now isn't that a little bit neater than doing it the other way? Go to 3D. Well, that's cool. That puts a 3D effect on it and doesn't affect the thing that we've got, the background that we've got inside there already. We should be able to put an outline on there as well, so let's put an outline around it. So that's cool. So I can have an outline around that too. So basically we can put effects onto this text here, and everything's just grand. And all this stuff inside here is vectors, and we can go back into there and adjust it as we see fit at a later stage. Okay, so that's another way of doing it, so that you've got your text with a vector fill. Let's go into our layers. Now another way to do this would be to take this and put it in here, not underneath that group there. I want it to be on top of the group. Can I do that? Yes, I can. If I just saw it there. Okay, there. So I want to put it on top of the group, and I want it there. So that's another way of doing it, so that we get in the same effect as the did before there, where we got the mask to below. So that was a way of doing it. We're using the mouse or the trackpad to move it where you want it. And again, I can do whatever I need with this here, so I can go to effect again. Okay, so this time what I'm going to do is, because I want to have an outline on this here, I'm going to do a copy of this text. Okay, so I'm going to do Command and J. So we've got the fill up on top of fill up, and then we're going to the layers again. I'm going to select this one here, and I'm going to do like before, and I'm going to drag it and drop it so that it's on top of the group there. This fill up, this one at the top here, what I want to do with that one now is, if I just take it away for the moment, you'll see that we've got the text with the filler inside it. Now what we can do with this one here is, if I put it back on again, I can do it so that there's no fill. Let's go to stroke. So now what I've got is I've got a second layer of text. Now this other layer of text which is on top, that's what's giving me the stroke going around the outside. Okay, so that's good. Also what I can do is, if I want to have other sort of things within the background that I haven't got in there already, let's say for instance I want to have something else in there. Maybe I want to have a brush stroke in there. So let's get a vector brush tool, and I'm going to put this here. Let's have 2 strokes of brush. Select the both of them, that one and then this one. I'll group them first to make them easier to deal with. And what I can do is I can get that and I can put it in there. So now I've got those vector brush strokes inside that one there. Or I could have it so that these brush strokes are further down the pile. So have it in the back, right at the back behind the stars. Okay, so that's one other way of doing your text with a vector fill. Okay, so do Command and A. So now I have everything selected. Okay, so I've got that now. Let's change that in size. And I've still got my shapes in there looking nice. So there you go. You've got a couple of different ways of putting some vector designs inside some text. Have some fun.